horrible story, and I really do hope that man gets what he deserves in a court of law. Man. But my question for you, Mr. Condor, do you have a passport? Do you travel outside of Colombia and go on vacations to other countries with that passport? And then return back to Colombia when you're done frolicking? Do you do that?
I have no idea what you mean by frolicking. You mean going to other countries to sleep with women? I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't go to other countries for the specific purpose of trying to sleep with women. I go to museums. I go to restaurants, and I talk to people and everything else, and I do cultural things, and I have studied outside of Colombia. That's why I speak English. But frolicking, I don't know what you mean by that. And don't tell me you guys come down to Colombia to learn about culture, because all you guys ever hang out is Paisa territory. And I keep on telling people, I'm not a Paisa. I am Bajuno, Vallecaucano. You guys do not understand that each region is like a different country with different ethnicities, with different dialects. You do not know that. All you know is Paisa territory. And the only specific Paisa territory is Medellin. You do not know the difference of the other types of Paisas. You don't. Not by accent, not by thought, not by actions, not by words. You don't.
Because if that's the case, guess what? You're a passport bro too. Passport bros aren't just American, buddy. I hate to break the bad news to you. That's anybody with a passport that travels to another country that dates outside their race.
Last time I checked, I'm not a sex tourist. Last time I checked, the Brazilian news said that you guys are international sex tourists, international criminals, okay, linked possibly to international criminal organizations. I am not an international sex tourist. That's not what I am. And most of the people that I have dated are pretty much Colombian. Maybe years ago when I was a little kid, I have dated Haitians and I dated Asians when I was living in the United States. But I date amongst my own. Okay, so no, I'm not a passport bro. I'm amongst my own. And if I were to go to another country, 9 times out of 10, I will be amongst my own. And even if they're not Colombian, there will be some type of Latino, because we're not a race. A bunch of different races under a culture, under a same ethnicity. My cousins are 3rd generation. No. 4th generation Chinese Colombian. Okay, so no, to be Latino, it doesn't mean it's a different race. I could date a black Latina, it doesn't mean I'm a passport bro. Come on, who are you trying to kid? Come on, who are you trying to kid? Who are you trying to kid? You guys be in the club, passport bro, like Don P, right? No, who are you trying to kid?
The men that live in Colombia, all of them that have a passport, that travel to other places outside of Colombia, that would make all of them passport bros. Everybody with a passport. Did you know that?
Colombian men, when they travel to other countries, they go there for work to better the lives of their families. Some of them are already married. So how are you going to call them a passport bro? Some of these people already have families going to the United States, London, and Spain, Italy, to better the families that they already have. They're already married. They're not looking to do sex tourism.
Oh, only if they want to be a passport bro though, right? What about the guys that have an American passport and then moved over to Colombia, got an apartment or a condo or something like that, and decided to just move over there and chill, been over there like 3, 4, 5 years, upstanding members of society?
Do not worry about it. Why are you getting pissed off and nobody's talking about you? There's an old saying, hit dog hollers, right? If no one is talking about you, why are you getting pissed off? I didn't talk about you. Why are you getting so mad? Maybe you are the one who's doing that.
Should they have to now be kicked out because that man created those crimes with those kids?
Again, no. If you're not doing the crime, why are you pissed off? Why are you so angry? Okay, if it has nothing to do with you, now you start making me suspect about you. If you did nothing wrong, why are you getting pissed off? Well, if why should all men get kicked out if for the one man did? Nobody said that. Absolutely nobody said that. You said that.
And so they should be punished for what that man did because they are considered passport bros?
Absolutely no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I understand why North Black American women are upset at you guys, because nobody's talking about you. You're here throwing a hissy fit, going into like a middle-aged meltdown for some odd reason. If you do something bad, then you're guilty of it. How many times do we gotta tell you? If you're not doing anything bad and that's not you, then stay quiet. No one's talking about you. But then, once again, hit dog hollers, right?
See, now I understand why everybody's going after you, bro.
Now I understand why Black American women, Black North American women, are going after you. Why they're trying to sound off the alarm to other people in our countries, in Thailand and Brazil, that you are unwanted men because you guys are not normal. Going down there throwing hissy fits because you're getting arrested and deported for doing illegal things such as touching little kids, deleting women, assaulting women, and then you want to turn around and blame something else. It's always about blaming something else, but you never want to admit your own faults. Okay? Talk about unaccountability.
You're trying to paint a narrative, and that's not how this works.
Your own women, your own Black North American women, are telling you to your face that you're a bunch of sex tourists. You're the one who's trying to paint the narrative.
What you should have said, if you were an intelligent man like I thought you were, you would have said, hey, breaking news, there has been another American citizen that has been caught over in Colombia with underage.
It was a Colombian woman who sent me the original video. Checkmate, hypocrite.
But you didn't do that. You're trying to attack a movement of men that are traveling overseas.
That movement of men has been labeled as a international crime organization by Brazilian news. It has had multiple documentaries by the Colombian government and by the Colombian news, and everybody in multiple documentaries in Latin America in both Spanish and Portuguese that you guys are a bunch of sex tourists. So I'm not attacking you.
To date women, adult women.
First of all, paying for prostitutes is not dating. Number two, stuffing women inside of a bag after you delete them, that's not dating. Okay? I have 3 different instances where a foreign man took a woman, he took her life, deleted her, and he put her inside of a bag. That's what's pissing us off. And then somehow you want to make this about culture.
Adult women.
I am mad because of are abusing our people.
You're doing that. You painted a child sex predator and tried to pin it with a passport bro.
Many YouTubers acknowledge Floyd Wallace Jr. is passport bro and PDF file.
Who, when this movement first started, if you have been around long enough, said that we were going overseas to date women outside of our race.
I'm not sure if you know this, but the Colombian people see you as a bunch of sex tourists and deviants. The term passport bro has already gone on the news, on the Colombian news, and I showed it multiple times. They have said it that these guys are sex tourists, that these guys are a bunch of international, they linked to possible international organizations. It's late. Possible international organizations. I have seen it on the Brazilian news that they may be an international crime ring. And you want to sit here and tell me the opposite? Time and time and time again. News clip after news clip after news clip. And all you want to do is deflect and deviate because you don't want to accept the truth.
Women. Now, some of those women might be sex workers, but I would have to. But I would have to.
But he did, and the white man touched little kids, but. Okay, you think us Colombians are stupid? Listen, us Colombians, we don't deal with BS. We can see through your BS. Okay. The old saying, "Usted cree que soy idiota?" You think I'm an idiot? Come on. You basically tattled on yourself right now.
Put that on y'all because those are y'all's women, and y'all put them out there. Y'all allowed them to go out there because y'all don't provide a job for them, so they got to make.
Passport bros. You want to say that Colombia does nothing for the women and that the women have no power and that they're too poor and they have to resort to selling themselves? You see this? I was here 5 years ago. I know the owner of this. She's a woman. Her family has way more money than you. The house over there, that's the living room. Over there is the main house. And it looks like they expanded way more over here. You want to sit here and talk like how women in Colombia have no money, no power, no education, no ability to move? Guess what? They do. They got more money than you. You're just a bunch of lames, mediocre people in the United States, barely making it. And then you want to act like you're so rich. Yes, they do provide a job. You want to know why? Because I have female cousins whom I will be seeing tomorrow. sociologists, psychologists, anthropologists. They work with the University of the City of Cali. They work with the government, providing food programs and stamps and everything else, and educational programs so they can actually get a job and get a skill and get out of that. Okay? One of my cousins also works with the Archdiocese of Cali. An archdiocese is a region of different Catholic churches handled by a bishop. Okay? I have cousins who have gone deep into the mountains. Okay? And cousins who have been killed for it, just so you know. Defending the poor people, the farmers and everything else. Helping them find. Yes, there is. And I did the math, and guess what? There's 1 to 2 million prostitutes in North America. And guess how many there are in Colombia? Between, at the most conservative, 7,000, at the most liberal, 200,000. Okay? You have way more adult services workers than entire cities in Colombia.
Meat because y'all already knocked them up. They gotta feed them kids some kind of way because y'all not feeding them.
This is the reason why your own black women don't like you. Typical lying misogynist. Guess what? I don't have any single one on my mother's side or my father's side of any woman that has been knocked up. They all have gotten degrees. They have all been married before having children out of wedlock. And the only one that had a child out of wedlock was in the United States, to an Ecuadorian Chinese guy. Okay? So don't give me that. Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies.
Right? And we know the police are involved because, they're walking up and down the streets all night.
Once again, the pee-pee boy, the passport bro, doesn't understand Colombian law. He only thinks about his pee-pee boy behavior. The reason why that law was created and the reason why the cops are there is to protect them against you. And when I say them, I'm not talking about just women. I talk about gay men and transgender as well. It is for their protection. If you do not pay them, you're going to go to jail. If you hurt them, you will go to jail. If you assault them, you go to jail. Okay? And I have seen PP boys doing that. You guess what? It's legal in the United States. Go to Nevada. Leave us alone. They don't like you there. They don't like you in Colombia. Your time is up. Go to Germany. It's legal in Germany and it's much better regulated. Go to Amsterdam. Go to Nevada. Okay? Why are you crying like a little kid? You did not know how to behave in somebody else's house. Assaulting women is bad. Touching little kids is bad. Yelling at old people is bad. And I see you guys doing that. Having intercourse on the balcony is bad. Not respecting local customs is bad. Not respecting the local religious holidays is bad, which is what you guys are doing. You're up in our house harassing us. And don't make it about color because I have plenty of black Colombians talking about you. And I have the receipts.
I'm sure the police are getting their cut of a little bit of money.
I'm sure the cops in your own country are getting a little bit of the money too. What that makes you morally superior?
Keep things under the table a little bit. Keep things hush hush. Sure, we know. Right?
I'm not trying to offend you, but you should look at your own cops who are deleting people of color. Look at what happened in that situation in Louisiana. We all know who did it. They don't want to admit to it. They sent the body to Washington, D.C. to get a second viewing. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, I don't see nothing. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Come on. If you want to talk about who's hiding hush hush, come on. When you are the king, typical northern colonialist, you guys blame everybody but yourselves. You blame the Chinese. You blame the Russians. You blame the Jews. You blame the Mexicans. You blame the Hispanics. It's everybody except you. And this is the reason why your black women from North America are siding with me. Look at my comment section.
Whose fault is that? Because they're Colombian women and they fall under y'all's leadership. So they're still doing it.
I know who's the Colombian leader. You see this woman behind me, this black Colombian woman? She was the vice president of Colombia. She was the vice president of Colombia when you passport bros were getting locked up and thrown out of the country and having your faces put all over the internet. A black Colombian woman who was very feminist, very anti-racism, very anti-colonialism. She supported Migration Colombia when they were arresting passport bros, putting your faces all over the internet, putting your faces all over the news and kicking you guys out. Oh, you didn't know about that. You want to talk about leadership? What about these women behind me? We have 7 Colombian women in Nassau. Leadership positions. Okay? So if you want to say that we led, well, guess what? We led these women. And these women are in powerful positions. And Ms. Francia Marquez, whom is a black Colombian woman, darker than you, she was one of the powers behind Immigration Colombia throwing you guys out. You can't defeat that. You want to talk about black? I got a black woman behind me, Vice President of Colombia. And she talked about throwing these people out. We don't want sexual tourism, from her own mouth. Are you going to go tell her that she's a racist? Are you going to go tell her that she's attacking all of you guys, that you're singling out, oh, you poor little passport bros. They don't allow me to touch the prostitutes anymore.
Even though y'all just had these horrible natural disasters, guess what those women are still doing? Even though you don't have any tourism there.
But the women are not the problem. You're the problem. They're not the problem. You are the problem. You, the man who is fighting tooth and nail to go into one of the most violent countries on the planet, with the civil war going back decades, with different terrorist armies running around. And you don't see that wrong. They're not the problem, bro. They are not the problem. You are the problem. And once again, this is why the North American black woman sides with me. They side with me. And ladies, anybody who's watching me, if you agree with me, put it down right there at the bottom. Put it down right there on the bottom. So let him know. And I can guarantee you that he's going to turn around and he's going to insult black women, his own flesh and blood. He will attack them in the most vicious way because he does not care about them. He is very disrespectful towards them. That is the reason between a Latino man and you. You want to know why? Because we actually value our women. Working girl or not, we value them. I see them as human beings. So once again, whether they do it or not is not the issue. You are misbehaving in my country, deleting our people, touching little kids, being violent, disrespectful, ungrateful.
Gee. See, this is, I was kind of on your side a little bit, but now I'm really not.
That's because I stand up against abusive behavior. And I would like to let you know that my feminist cousins are the ones who make me the way that I am. Okay? I fight for the right and humanity of women, men, gay men, and transgender, and also children. You do not like the fact that I fight for the justice of my people. You do not like the fact that I protect them against foreigners, doesn't matter what color. And because you are so mad that you no longer have the ability to pleasure yourself with our women, you're throwing a little temper tantrum. Once again, this is why black women are taking my side, black American women. Believe it or not, black Colombians also, Afro-Colombians, are on my side. We don't want no more sexual tourism. We're sick and we're tired of your disrespectful attitudes, of your arrogant behavior, of your violence and disrespect towards us and our people. And if you do not like it, do not go there. Go to Germany. It is legal there. Go to Amsterdam. It is legal there. Leave us alone. Leave my people alone.
Because if that man never wanted to be a passport bro, who the fuck do you think you are to paint him in that kind of picture?
Once again, the Colombian news, the Brazilian news, Costa Rican news, Mexico, I have seen it. There are documentaries upon documentaries upon documentaries. Spanish, English, Thai, Portuguese. Passport bros are nothing but sex tourists. That's what you guys are. That's how you portray yourselves. And the fact that you do not call them out, you had to come and attack my people, making side comments. Oh, well, the prostitutes are still there. Oh, well, they're there. And the cops are things under the table. See, instead of taking responsibility, you want to attack others. And this is the reason why my Colombian people are sick and tired of you. Because I listen and I hear. And I'm telling you, if you guys do not shape up, it can get violent. I'm trying to avoid a bad situation, but you do not want to listen. I'm trying to save your life. I'm trying to save your life, literally, but you don't want to listen.
That's what I want to know. Because if that's the case, then you're a fucking passport bro too.
In my own country, within my own culture, within my own people. I have citizenship here. Okay? Born and raised. All right? My family has a lot of history here, for going back hundreds of years, including my cousins who are Chinese Colombian, including my cousins who are Afro-Colombian. Okay? Including my ex who is Cartagenera, a coastal person. And Costeños and Bayunos are two different cultures. but we still have something in common. A common ancestry, a common history, a common heritage. So no, I'm not a passport bro. And even when I was in the United States, guess what? I was dating Colombians. Have I dated other girls? Yeah, I've dated other girls.
So you can take your lick, and then you need to leave Colombia as well, passport bro.
I am a citizen of Colombia. You are a foreigner. I am a citizen of Colombia. You are a foreigner. You understand that? If Colombia decided to kick all the non-citizens out, they will kick you out. I guarantee you that the ex-vice president of Colombia, who's a black woman, blacker than you, and if they put you and me in front of her and they say, okay, we gotta kick out these passport bros, she's gonna look at you and say, leave. Because she's a strong black woman, anti-racist, very feminist, okay, and very, very proud of her Colombian heritage. Oopsies. Passport Gourmet!